America, Tom Hand here with Americana Corner. Today we're discussing the Battle of the Thames. With Captain Oliver Hazard Perry's great victory on Lake Erie, General William Henry Harrison knew the time had finally come for the invasion of Upper Canada. Harrison assembled 2 brigades of regulars under Generals Duncan MacArthur and Lewis Cass, and 3,000 Kentuckians personally led by Governor Isaac Shelby, a veteran of the great victory at Kings Mountain in the American Revolution. On September 27, 1813, Captain Perry's fleet transported Harrison's army across the lake and landed it on the Canadian shore, 3 miles below Fort Malden. To oppose the American force, General Henry Proctor, the British commander, had an army of 400 regulars and approximately 3,000 Indians. But Proctor was a cautious man and retreated east up the Thames River valley to the disgust of Tecumseh and his warriors, many of whom returned home rather than join in the retreat. Harrison's pursuit of the British began in earnest on October 2nd, led by Colonel Richard M. Johnson's regiment of mounted Kentuckians. Although the British were already 50 miles ahead of the Americans, Johnson's troopers quickly closed the gap. Left with little choice but to turn and fight, Proctor halted his retreat on October 5th and drew up his dwindling army in line of battle adjacent to the Thames River just west of Moraviantown. Upon observing the thin British line, General Harrison opened the assault with a mounted charge with the Kentuckians crying, "Remember the raisin," and the fury of the American assault quickly broke the British line. The contest on this flank was over in less than 20 minutes, as the British regulars that were not casualties all surrendered. The left of the British line, comprised of the remaining Indians led by Tecumseh, proved a much tougher fight. Here, Colonel Richard Johnson led the charge, but was met with a heavy fire, and Johnson was severely wounded. Sometime during the brutal fighting, Tecumseh was killed, and with his death, the remaining Indians lost heart and fled from the field. All told, the British suffered 50 casualties and had over 400 men captured in the Battle of the Thames, while American losses were relatively light, with 75 killed and wounded, including Colonel Johnson, who soon recovered from his wounds. But more importantly, with Tecumseh's passing, his Confederacy collapsed, and Indian resistance in the Northwest largely came to an end. As for General Harrison, his great victory at the Thames, which secured Upper Canada, was his last hurrah in the war, as he had a falling out with Secretary of War John Armstrong and resigned his commission. But in 1840, Harrison would be elected our 9th president, using the slogan, "Tippecanoe and Tyler too." Next week, we'll discuss the fight for the Niagara frontier. Until next time, may your love of country lead you.